The governor tries to gain support ahead of next week's special session.
A man steals a package from a Columbia home and it's caught on tape.
Plus, an 11-year-old holds a town hall with local legislators. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now. It's a busy road, far busier than it should be, and soon it could get a lot worse. Good evening, I'm Brittany Tieper.
And I'm Jordan Berger. Columbia and Boone County are working together to potentially ease the traffic flow in East Columbia. KOMU 8's Austin Howard is live telling us how a new study could help those looking for a better flow through their neighborhood. Austin?
Boone County and the city of Columbia believe that most of the traffic that goes through Grace Lane comes from people trying to avoid this, Highway 63 and I-70. With the construction of Discovery Parkway going on, they believe when it's finished, many will cut through Grace Lane to get access directly to Highway 63. This access could increase the amount of traffic going through the neighborhood. Grace Lane homeowner Lynn Crum has a particularly tough time living in this road while he's trying to sell his home of 5 years.
Most of those people will flat out tell you, I don't want to live here because of this road.
Wow.
You know, it has nothing to do with the house or property or anything else. It's because of this road. They immediately don't want it. And it's a frustrating situation.
The total cost of the study should not be any more than $95,000. It will cover traffic counts, traffic forecasts, and access management options. Reporting you live from Columbia, I'm Austin Howard, KOMU 8 News.
Montgomery County Sheriff's deputies and the Missouri State Highway Patrol are investigating a deadly shooting that happened late last night. Authorities were originally called out to a reptile farm for a possible incident with a snake, but they found the farm owner, 29-year-old Benjamin Rennick, dead from multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators say Rennick was shot and killed by an unknown intruder, and they are looking into the incident. A Centralia man is suspected of intentionally setting fire to his home yesterday. The Boone County Sheriff's Office says 36-year-old Jebediah Romine is being held at the Boone County Detention Center on a charge of second-degree arson. Here is video from our drone, Sky 8. Authorities say the fire initially started outside but jumped up a wall and spread quickly. Witnesses say they saw smoke coming from the home and Romine walking away. Police found him a short time later at a park.
We're working to learn new information about a car chase that began in Boone County and ended in Randolph County last night. 2 suspects were arrested after deputies deployed spike strips in multiple locations along Highway 63. The Randolph County Sheriff says the prosecutor is waiting on probable cause statements and will then issue warrants. The sheriff says the suspect's vehicle was stolen from the state of Florida. The suspect's car crashed at Route J near Jacksonville, Missouri.
Online shopping numbers are climbing, and that makes for a lot of deliveries, but in one Columbia neighborhood, that's becoming a problem.
Residents of the Bay Hills subdivision say there have been a string of package thefts over the past few months, but Wednesday's theft may give Columbia police a lead. KOMU 8's Max Cotton joins us in Columbia, and after speaking with the latest victim. Max?
Before Wednesday, nobody knew anything about who was stealing packages from multiple Bay Hills subdivision residents. But today, we know a little more because the thief chose a house with a surveillance system.
Came home Wednesday, had package on the front porch. Was expecting more, but didn't notice, anything out of the ordinary. Thursday, when I checked the tracking because the packages hadn't arrived, I noticed that they had been delivered. Went back through my security system and found that someone had stolen them.
You can see this unidentified man get out of the car, walk up to Frank Gibney's porch, and take a package that isn't his.
Rather shocked that he would just pull up in someone's driveway, walk in on their front porch, take things, rifle through things, and then just nonchalantly leave.
Bay Hills Homeowners Association President Daryl Smith says this is the 3rd incident he knows of. However, the community is looking at its options, including creating a neighborhood watch.
We have talked about it, and we are actually looking into it. We've got neighbors here, and we all have different schedules, and so it works out well. We usually are able to look at each other's homes and keep an eye on things, and unfortunately, this was just one of those times where we did not see what was going on.
While nobody has gotten hurt, Smith says he is still concerned for people's safety.
It's scary. I mean, someone could have driven up, someone could have been home, and the incident could have gotten a lot worse. You know, you look at the size of this person, it could have gotten interesting. You never know. You know, if someone's bold enough to come onto your property and take something from you, you don't know what their intent is.
I reached out to FedEx, which delivered Giboney's package that was stolen, but I did not get a response. If you have any information, call Columbia Police Crime Stoppers at 875-TIPS. Reporting live in Columbia, Max Cotton, KOMU 8 News.
Here's what's happening right now. Governor Eric Greitens is in St. Charles rallying supporters of his special legislative session on abortion issues. Greitens announced Wednesday he is calling lawmakers back to the Capitol next week to work on abortion policies, including looking at a St. Louis ordinance that bans discrimination based on abortions and pregnancies. He says he wants lawmakers to consider new abortion regulations, including annual inspections of clinics.
And these are just some really common sense health and safety standards for the people of Missouri, while we're also standing up and protecting these pregnancy care centers, which do fantastic work, not just in St. Louis, but across the state of Missouri, including right here in Springfield.
This is the second time Greitens has called lawmakers back since the end of their session back in May. We'll have complete coverage of the St. Charles rally tonight at 9 and 10.
Two civil rights organizations are suing to stop Missouri's new voter ID law. This comes as Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft wraps up a week-long statewide voter ID tour. The ACLU and the Advancement Project filed the lawsuit yesterday. It seeks to stop implementation of the law before a special election this summer. The suit alleges that Missouri has failed to provide funding for voter education and free voter IDs for those who need them. Voters overwhelmingly approved the new law in November. Ashcroft's office has declined comment. Speaking of voter ID, it was one of many topics brought up at a youth town hall forum this afternoon. Answering questions from kids, 4 local lawmakers and 1 candidate shared their stance on everything from right to work to their favorite ice cream. Parents were allowed to attend, but they didn't ask any questions. The 11-year-old organizer says he was pleased with how they answered the kids' questions.
They responded well. I mean, some of them were hard and some of them were easy. I mean, they responded well.
Writing the questions on paper, kids are told politicians will reach out to them if they didn't get to their question.
A report says a Missouri parole board member and employee played a game during parole hearings in which they earned points for incorporating song titles and unusual words such as manatee and hootenanny into their questioning. The Department of Corrections Inspector General report says the officials awarded themselves extra points if the inmates said the words too. The report has prompted calls for Governor Eric Greitens to remove the member who came up with the game.
Lincoln University is working to deal with a $3 million shortfall next year. The cuts to the budget include 48 job losses. Of those, 15.5 are teaching positions, 32.5 are staff jobs. Some of the positions are currently unfilled. Lincoln is cutting more than 6% of its budget. Pretty warm out there today. Let's send it over to Michael for a look at what we should expect this weekend.
Thank you very much, Brittany, and good evening, everyone. Happy Friday to you. Temperatures today warming up to, well, just about average for this time of year. See, usually supposed to be about 81 degrees for June 9th, and well, we were about at 82 degrees. And looking at current conditions right now, we're seeing clear skies, not a cloud out there, and that's really going to be the case for pretty much this entire weekend. Clear skies, sunny skies, and warm temperatures. We're still seeing those warm temperatures. 81 degrees in Columbia at this hour, 85 down at the Capitol, 83 in Boonville. Winds are out of the southwest at this hour, and they're actually going to be shift and just be directly from the south for pretty much the foreseeable future. And that's going to warm us up quite a bit. And eventually it's going to bring us some humidity as well as we look at the weekend forecast. 88 degrees for our day on Saturday, mainly sunny and a bit breezy as well. But as we head into the day on Sunday, we are going to see a warmer day and a little bit more humidity, but we'll see more humidity as we head into the next work week. I'll have a full look at that 8-day forecast coming up after the break.
A special pair of shoes is up for auction, but not from a retailer.
And a new financial rule goes into effect today, how it could affect your portfolio. That's coming up.